Hello, greetings from World University and School on Monday, April 27th, 2026 at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And as we wait to see if people will join this open WUAS News and Question and Answer, WUAS weekly business meeting, I'd like to share a little news with you. So, dear World University and School community and networks, Universitians all, greetings and with great new WUAS developments. Thanks to a timely Google Educator Group's GEG Agra, India, and GEG Ahmedabad, India presentation on Google Sheets on Saturday, April 18th, 2026, could WUS begin to matriculate students in India this September 1st, 2026, and regarding the Army Public School, Agra 2, and potentially with Sundar Pichai's and Peter Norvig's thinking here as well. And please see agenda item 1, which we'll get to. So further, glad to have updated the 501c3 World University and Schools membership and nonprofit TechSoup SF and regarding our WUS QuickBooks Online subscription. And I've inquired with TechSoup SF how WUS's Intuit QuickBooks Online could be coded further for all 7.9 billion people on the planet. And see agenda item 6 below, and we'll get to that. I'm glad to have filed on the 15th of April, 2026, with the State of California Office of the Secretary of State, the Statement of Information for a California Nonprofit Corporation for World University and School, the tax-exempt wing, State of California legal entity. So greetings. The new 501c3 World University and School candid.org profile is here at candid.org /profile World University and School, leaving the old similar GuideStar profile behind, I think, guidestar.org /profile /27-310-35368, with candid.org affiliated with the IRS too. I'm glad to have also received a candid survey from Stephanie Wormington in Virginia, who went to Reed College in Portland, Oregon, too, and see agenda item 4 and regarding how World University and School seeks to develop with Candid potentially. Please let me know if you'd like to help in regards to potentially our growing World University and School. And now that we have filed both tax-exempt legal entities on the tax-exempt World University and School wing, the 501c3 tax-exempt World University and School legal entity we filed in January for 2025, and the tax-exempt State of California World University and School legal entity we filed just on April 15th. And as you know, potentially, we have a second wing, the WS Corporation wing, a for-profit general stock company legal entity in the state of California, with amazing synergies, potential synergies between these two wings, since both wings are planned in 200 countries as world-class research and teaching universities and academic press in all 7,159 living languages for speakers in these. And as WUS seeks to code for all 7.9 billion people on the planet, each a Wikidata PIN number from here at World University, and to both facilitate free universal education and potentially also to end poverty worldwide with free education too. And by distributing Stanford MinePi cryptocurrency free money daily, which you can get here from minepi.com/SGKMAC with that as an invitation code and a partnering email between WUS and Stanford MinePi cryptocurrency, the Pi network, and by distributing Pi cryptocurrency to, say, the poorest billion people on the planet. Further, in some of these regards, World University and School is potentially seeking to develop the WS Corporation as a separate legal entity, possibly with Vivek Hutesing, with his Columbia MBA and Cornell BA in finance, becoming the CEO of that, or else possibly Vivek Hutesing becoming the CFO of both wings, and whom I know from Berkeley. And if he would consider becoming the WUS CEO or CFO, stay tuned. And on the WS Corporation for-profit wing, our second wing, will WUS be able to develop with Stanford MinePi cryptocurrency initially as a for-profit general stock company in the state of California, and even possibly with time list the WS Corporation on a stock exchange, such as the NASDAQ or the Silicon Valley Long-Term Stock Exchange, or multi-list on many stock exchanges in many countries, possibly all 200 countries. And regarding also the WS Corporation's academic press with machine learning and translation, and the WS Educational Services stores planned in all 200 countries. Stay tuned. And how will these two wings, the nonprofit in the state of California and the 501c3 on the one hand, and the for-profit, interoperate effectively? How will the WS Corporation, the for-profit general stock company in the state of California, interoperate with the U.S. federal and state of California tax-exempt World University and School legal entities wing? So moving to the agenda, World University and School is growing daily, and blog post by blog post too, and waiting, I think, for accreditation opportunities to further develop, and potentially in seeking to for World University and School to deploy the full U.S. federal toolkit. And WUS is waiting for money, and how also to grow an engaged and engaging research and wiki learning community with wiki teachers and wiki learners teaching and learning in these subjects at wiki.worlduniversityandschool.org/wiki/subjects. First in English, but then in 200 countries' main languages, and then among speakers of all 7,159 living languages. In all these languages, with wiki subjects, you can create and teach and learn, teach about what you love on existing wiki subjects or on wiki subjects that you create, and also in your language. Are there any MIT OpenCourseware courses in the subject you create? You could add those, and if there aren't, you could begin to teach about what you love. And both online and from potentially a WS multimedia room, a WUS hospital multimedia room, even out of Canyon 94516 potentially too. And see also how to view Google Street View in a smart meeting room in these regards. All the best, abolitionally, a best Steam Creative Commons licensed OpenCourseware Wiki World Unit and SCH. Hashtag WS Abolition Movement continues to grow to protect people. See the blog posts on both blogs, beginning Eagle, Aquila, Kia, World University and School in October of 2025 at worlduniversityandschool.blogspot.com, scott-mccloud.blogspot.com. And in seeking growing an abolition movement, and in WS seeking to code for all 7.9 billion people on the planet to facilitate wiki free universal education and potentially to end poverty worldwide. Yogically, 8 limbs of yoga, friendly, non-theist friend, non-theist Quaker, and Unitarian Universalist Church greetings. Kind regards, Scott. I'm the founder, the president, the CEO, and professor at, and also the presiding and recording clerk, loosely in the manner of unprogrammed NTF friends, Quakers. So the recording will be posted to the main current YouTube channel, youtube.com/Scott McLeod World University. So agenda item on the first wing for World University and School, the first of 2 WUS wings, a 501c3 similar nonprofit with its new candid profile. See worlduniversityandschool.org, the current webpage for this, and with both tax ID numbers for the nonprofit tax-exempt legal entities at the bottom. So the minutes as video minutes for last week, April 20th, 26th, are posted on the blog for that day. And I think the blogs begin with Eastern Arc Mountains. Check them out. Agenda item 1. So glad to have attended the Google Educator Group Power Up with Advanced Google Sheets Functions from India and from GEG Agra and GEG Ahmedabad. And how could World University and School, potentially in communication with GEG Agra and Krishna Singh, who presented, begin to develop India World University and School, first in Hindi, and potentially 1 or 2 other scheduled regional languages like Tamil and Gujarati, beginning around September 1st, 2026, even with the students that were listed as data in this Google Sheets presentation. So in these regards, please see the blog post beginning Indian Elephant in March of 2026. And dear Krishna, Vishal, and Siddhartha Pin, Harvard alum, 1982, and best friend from high school, and Santosh Ray, the extraordinary art history talk at Stanford from Ambedkar, University of Delhi, India, about which I blogged here on March 3rd at the Indian Elephant blog post. All thanks so much, Krishna, for your great Power Up with Advanced Google Sheets function from Agra, India, Google Educator Group's GEG Agra, and the Army Public School, where you're a teacher, this morning, 2 Saturdays ago, at 4:30 a.m. Pacific time in the San Francisco Bay Area. And great to meet you a bit beforehand. And thanks for sharing the Google Sheets list of students, filterable, even to highest achieving, for example, and their emails and their houses that they're based in at the Army Public School Agra. How best to begin to matriculate them and develop courses from MIT OpenCourseWare in English, beginning September 1st, 2026, or around that time. And as World University and School seeks to become the Harvard, MIT, Oxbridge, Stanford, Sciences Po, Paris, France, Technische Universität München, Ludwig Maximilian Universität München, world-class research and teaching universities of the internet, and in all 22 official languages in India, and in all 200 countries. And see again Peter Norvig's incredible Tulify AI WUS article, Revolutionizing Education with Machine Learning and AI. And Usha Iyer, who is the Stanford faculty director of the Center for South Asia, and Santosh and Siddhartha Pin Mazumdar, how might we grow such an Indian WUS academic faculty for this India World University and School to teach first-year undergraduates for free 4-year Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science degrees and 2-year AAAS, Associate of Arts, Associate of Science degrees, possibly beginning as soon as September 1st, 2026. With students, Krishna might help WUS matriculate. Might Stanford graduate students and postdocs from India in the Center for South Asia become many of these WUS faculty even, and possibly teach first year and introductory courses from these 42 majors at worlduniversityandschool.org webpage, and how to begin to translate in helpful ways ocw.mit.edu, MIT OpenCourseWare from English, say into initially Hindi, Gujarati, and Tamil, and regarding Sundar Pichai, who's from Tamil Nadu, and then into all 22 official languages of India, building on the languages that MIT OpenCourseWare is already translated into, and where the translation into Indian languages will be a different process culturally, with many jobs and careers, and with World University and School becoming a big employer in India too. Best regards, namaste, yogically, thank you. And I blogged about this on April 18th at the blog post beginning Krishna Kamala Passion Flower Passiflora. So April 2026 in scott-mccloud.blogspot.com. Agenda item 2. In a realistic virtual universe, and for modeling and simulations too, there was a great day-long set of panels, presentations from MIT titled Beyond the Cradle, Envisioning a New Space Age 2026. And there are so many opportunities for a realistic virtual Earth. Hashtag WUS Space. And regarding, for example, the aerospace engineering wiki subject at World University and School with MIT OpenCourseWare courses, and with one iterating hashtag realistic virtual Earth, hashtag realistic virtual universe. But surprisingly to me, in this day-long set of panel presentations with great presenters, there was no mention of a realistic virtual Earth. So this day-long presentation is accessible online from the MIT Media Lab. Check it out. There's so many opportunities for a realistic virtual Earth, a realistic virtual universe especially. Think Google Street View with Time Slider, and at the atomic level and the molecular level, and for space travel too, for example, virtually. So further, George Church was a presenter, and around 4 hours and 30 minutes, there was talk of aging reversal, and due to conditions brought on by space travel as a way to develop approaches to aging reversal, where the hazards of space travel for astronauts are somehow comparable to growing old on planet Earth, such as thinning bones and a host of other challenges. How could we use space travel as another approach to research and develop pharmaceuticals and for aging reversal and longevity drugs in a realistic virtual universe, a realistic virtual Earth, and at the cell view level, the Google cell view level, the Google molecular view level, the Google atom view level, and with emerging technologies like Google AlphaFold 3 server and isomorphic labs research and Calico's research in these regards too. The panelist Ken Liu, a science fiction writer, was incredible and talked also much about modeling. Check out this 7-hour day-long set of panel presentations. And you can see more about this at the blog post. Zhangjiajie National Forest Park in Hunan, China, in my blog, scott-mccloud.blogspot.com, from April of 2026. Zhang being beginning ZHANG. Agenda item 3. Teach now via WikiWS at World University and School to this wiki subject page. Added this as a set of Twitter X posts, how to welcome people to start teaching now, and in a myriad of ways. And as we matriculate students, teachers of faculty, World University and School faculty may well engage students to wiki teach at World University and School too, and wiki learn. So further, agenda item 4, glad to have received an invitation to participate in Candid's 2026 Nonprofit Voices Survey, and from Stephanie Wormington at candid.org. Shared with her some of the issues that World University and School is developing with, and a variety of questions, and glad to be in communication with her. How best to focus nonprofit fundraising further, and where World University and School also doesn't have a board of directors to speak of either. And World University is also planning to seek reimbursement from departments of education in all 50 US states, and as WUS accredits, and in all 200 countries, with potentially world-class universities emerging from the nation states wiki subject page. And as we also seek to develop in all 7,159 known living languages, and potentially in also seeking to deploy the full US federal toolkit. More about this in the blog post beginning rhododendron, vasier, pink shell, azalea, in my blog, scott-mccloud.blogspot.com, from April of 2026. Agenda item 5. A humanoid robot sprints to victory in Beijing, beating the human half marathon world record. Excited for World University and School, building on MIT OpenCourseware in 7 languages, including traditional Chinese, and in a realistic virtual Earth, and regarding humanoid robotics too, for these developments. I think it's also a metaphor or model of how World University and School may grow with AI and machine learning and humanoid robotics too, potentially vis-a-vis other universities on the ground. And as we also seek to revolutionize education with machine learning and AI, World University in School, the article, incredible article by Peter Norvig, updated March 2nd, 2024. So see more about this in the blog post beginning. Also, Zhangjiajie National Park Forest in Hunan, China, in my blog from April of 2026. Agenda item 6. Dear TechSoup customer service, how best to code for all 7.9 billion people on the planet at MIT OpenCourseware, with World University and School building on MIT OpenCourseware, and with QuickBooks Online, which you work with TechSoup SF, and how to develop this, please. Potentially, this is a question also for Peter Norvig, with his knowledge of Intuit QuickBooks Online databases, and potentially his knowledge of TechSoup SF as well, and his co-coders. So agenda item 7, might I teach in English Society, Information Technology, and the Global University course to Indian students this autumn too? And based on this syllabus, at worlduniversityandschool.org/infotech network global university globaluniv.html. That would be great. And it could lead to further developments in writing the book, Society, Information Technology, and the Global University, in coming into conversation with Indian students. Might it be possible to do so with Google infrastructure, and possibly for students in India who don't know English to have the course translated as I was teaching it into some of their languages that might make understanding the course more accessible, for example. Agenda item 8, Bandhook midday flower further restorative yoga class on April 18th, 2026, and on Saturdays at 8 a.m. Pacific time, in blog posts and emails presently, and as we may live to 150 and well and beyond. So how to further grow these online yoga classes, and with time in a Zoom hall, conference hall. And as part of a yoga and longevity genetics conversation, hashtag yoga and longevity genetics convo, with hashtag yoga asana and at hashtag GCellView, and for aging reversal, hashtag aging reversal, and hashtag extreme longevity genetics at World University and School. Hashtags on Twitter, X, and LinkedIn. Further, moving to the WUS Corporation wing, the second of 2 WUS wings, the for-profit general stock company legal entity in the state of California wing, WS Corporation Academic Press at WS in 7,159 living languages with machine translation and human translation planned, and regarding also the WS Educational Services stores for books, computers, robotics, groceries, and think a Walmart product line, and think a store within a store model for World University and School stores in Walmart stores, where Walmart's in about 19 out of 200 countries in the world, and World University and School would seek to grow from a store in a store model in maybe some or all of these 19 out of countries that Walmart is in, and then into other countries as our own stores further. So agenda item A, excited at World Univ and SCH in a hashtag Grow with Google WS program at WS Press to build out further a hashtag Realistic Virtual Earth, hashtag for pharmaceuticals, and potentially as an inspiring laboratory for or laboratories for pharmacology. And that's a wiki subject school at World University and School, wiki.worlduniversityandschool.org/wiki/pharmacology, and check out the MIT OpenCourseware there. And potentially also for a hashtag youth vaccine that World University and School would seek to develop, and with isomorphic labs.com and Calico as well. And interestingly, just yesterday, Sunday, I was in Santa Cruz, California, south of the San Francisco Bay Area, and met Uday, who's from India, does machine learning at Google, and works on laboratories, works on helping Google develop its laboratories. Great to be in touch with Uday about this further. And this retweets a post from Cambridge University which the School of Biological Sciences, where our research, which says, prepare to be inspired. Our researchers, students, and staff are at the heart of our academic excellence, and together we are making a real impact on the world. This is the School of Biological Sciences. Check out the video. So, A1, a realistic virtual Earth for pharmaceuticals in one, iterating realistic virtual Earth. That's a hashtag, realistic virtual Earth for pharmaceuticals. And C, again, regarding a realistic virtual Earth, revolutionizing education with machine learning and AI, the Tulify AI WUS article, and the pharmacology wiki subject page at World University and School. Agenda item A2 on the WS corporation side. And also, since WS is in a Grow with Google WUS program, potentially with isomorphiclabs.com and calicolabs.com. Agenda item A3, how might we, as possibly a first pharmaceutical or vaccine at World University and School, develop a youth vaccine? And possibly with Donna Leet, MD, who has done work in this area at Harvard Medical School on personalized vaccines. See more about this in the yoga class posting, beginning Bandhook, BHANDHOOK, Midday Flower, Perpetria, in my blog, scott-mccloud.blogspot.com, in April of 2026. So that's the WS News and Question and Answer for today, April 27th, 2026. And I will post the recording of this to the current active YouTube channel, youtube.com/Scott McCloud World University, and then to the 2 blog posts for today using the agenda from last week's blog posts. The blog posts for today begin with the Uluguru Mountains, Tanzania range. And in both blogs, World University and School.blogspot.com and scott-mccloud.blogspot.com, and using the agenda and news from last week, which blog posts on both blogs begin with Eastern Arc Mountains, Tanzania. So I'll also post this to our main Twitter X feeds, twitter.com/WORLDUNIVANDSCH and twitter.com/WUAS Press, as well as to main LinkedIn feeds as well. So until next week, Monday, May 4th, 2026, if you have questions, let me know at sgkmacleod@worlduniversityandschool.org. And if you know of potential matriculating students for September, as we develop possibly India World University and School further, teaching in English, who might be interested in matriculating from the US, let me know as well. So until next week, bye for now. worlduniversityandschool.org is our main current webpage. See you soon.